Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Over the past few weeks, I've been diving deep into the latest trends in supply chain disruptions, inflation reports, and panic buying behavior across the US. And let me tell you, some of the data is really eye-opening. The good news, there are still 17 affordable survival essentials you can buy right now before they become scarce or way more expensive. These aren't the usual suspects like water and flashlights. We're talking about under-the-radar items most people overlook until it's too late. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to grab, where to find it, how much it costs, and why getting them now could save you big time later, whether it's money, stress, or last-minute scrambling. So if you've noticed empty aisles at the grocery store, seen prices jump on pantry staples, or you're just trying to prep smart without breaking the bank, drop a comment below with what you've seen recently, sky-high prices, missing products, or anything else that caught your attention. Let's hear your story. Let's jump right in. These aren't your grandma's emergency supplies, although she probably had a few of these, right? Let's start with the basics. Number 17, canned beans are one of those quiet heroes hiding in your pantry. You might not think about them much, but they're always there when you need them. They last for years on the shelf and still taste great when you open them. That's a big deal when you're trying to stay prepared without spending a lot. Right now, prices are going up on just about everything, but canned beans are still super affordable. A can costs less than $2, sometimes even under $1 if you catch a sale. For that price, you get a ton of nutrition, especially protein and fiber, which makes them perfect for meals when fresh food isn't an option. You can do so much with them. Toss them into chili, mash them into tacos, or blend them into a quick dip. Need a fast soup? Grab a can of beans, some broth, and whatever veggies you have lying around. Dinner is done in minutes. They're also easy to store, no fridge needed. Just keep them in a cool, dry place and forget about them until you really need them. And trust me, there will be a day when you're glad you have a few extra cans stashed away. Number 16, instant rice packs. Instant rice packs are a total game changer, especially when you need something fast. No boiling, no waiting, just heat and eat. They're perfect for busy nights, power outages, or when you're stuck with nothing else in the kitchen. These little pouches are super cheap, usually costing between $1 and $2 each, and they last a long time on your shelf. You can keep them for months without worrying about them going bad. Rice is a staple in so many meals. Toss it under grilled chicken, mix it into stir fries, or just eat it plain when you're in a rush. It's filling, mild in flavor, and works with almost any dish. Most people don't think about stocking up on rice until they run out, but these instant packs take the hassle out of cooking. Just tear open the pouch, microwave it for a minute or two, and boom, you've got a hot meal. They're also great to have around for emergencies. If the power goes out or you're stuck without gas, you won't regret having a few of these tucked away. Plus, they're lightweight and easy to store, making them perfect for emergency kits or camping trips. If you haven't picked up a few extra packs lately, now's the time. Stores are seeing more demand and prices are slowly creeping up. Don't wait until they're harder to find or twice as expensive. Next time you're at the grocery store or shopping online, toss a few into your cart. You'll be surprised how much easier mealtime becomes when you've got instant rice on hand. Number 15, bouillon cubes. Bouillon cubes are tiny flavor bombs hiding in plain sight. They may not look like much, but they can turn even the simplest meal into something tasty. A pot of plain rice or boiled pasta instantly becomes a flavorful dish with just one cube. These little guys are super cheap too. You can find a pack of 48 for around $5 to $8, and that's enough to last months. They take up almost no space in your pantry, but their impact on your meals is huge. You don't need fresh stock or fancy ingredients when you've got bouillon cubes. Just drop one in hot water and you've got instant broth. Use it for soups, stews, sauces, or to add depth to your rice and beans. They're also incredibly versatile. Some brands offer different flavors like chicken, beef, vegetable, or even spicy options. That means you can mix things up without needing a fridge full of condiments. Most people don't think about buying extra until they reach for one and come up empty. But once you start keeping a few packs on hand, you'll wonder how you ever cooked without them. Number 14, dried pasta. Dried pasta is one of those simple, no-brainer items that never goes bad, literally. It can sit in your pantry for years and still be perfectly good to eat. That makes it a total must-have when you're building up your emergency stash. It's also incredibly cheap. You can grab a box for under $2, sometimes even less if you buy in bulk or catch a sale. For that price, you're getting a filling, versatile base that can work in just about any meal. Pasta is the kind of food that stretches what you've got in the fridge or pantry. Toss it with some canned tomatoes and beans, mix in a little oil and garlic, or just butter it and call it dinner. It's easy, fast, and always satisfying. Most people don't think twice about pasta until they run out, but once you start keeping a few extra boxes on hand, you'll see how much easier it makes life, especially on busy nights or when money's tight. And here's something a lot of folks miss. Stores are seeing more demand than usual, and some brands are flying off the shelves faster than they used to. It might not seem like a big deal now, but when you're staring at empty cupboards and nothing to cook, you'll wish you had grabbed a few extra boxes while you could. So next time you're doing your grocery shopping, don't just buy one box, get a few. You'll always find a way to use them, and having a backup stash means one less thing to worry about when life gets unpredictable. Number 13, powdered milk. Powdered milk doesn't get the love it deserves. Sure, it might not be as fancy as oat or almond milk, but what it lacks in trendiness, it makes up for in shelf life and usefulness. This stuff can last for years without refrigeration, making it a quiet powerhouse for your pantry. It's also surprisingly affordable. You can find large canisters for around $10 to $15, and that one container can make gallons of milk. No need to worry about it spoiling halfway through the week like regular milk. You can use powdered milk just like fresh, in coffee, cereal, baking, or even making sauces and mashed potatoes. If you have kids, it's an easy way to keep milk on hand without constant trips to the store. Most people don't think about powdered milk until they're stuck without any other options. But if you've ever run out of regular milk 2 days before your next shopping trip, you know how handy it can be to have a backup. And here's the thing. Stores are seeing more interest in powdered milk these days, especially with prices rising across the dairy aisle. It's not flying off shelves yet, but demand is slowly growing, which means prices could follow. So if you haven't checked the powdered milk section in a while, now's a good time to do it. Grab a canister while it's still easy to find and priced right. You might be surprised how useful it is when life throws you a curveball, like a broken fridge or a last-minute grocery delay. Number 12, jerky or beef sticks. Jerky and beef sticks are more than just road trip snacks. They're compact, protein-packed powerhouses that belong in every emergency stash. They don't need refrigeration, they last for months, sometimes years, and they're perfect when you need something filling without any fuss. Most brands sell single-serve packs for between $2 and $5, and considering how much protein you're getting, that's a steal. You can stretch a small pack into a full snack or even part of a light meal if you're in a pinch. These aren't just for hikers or hunters anymore. Whether you're stuck at home during a storm, stuck in traffic, or just too busy to cook, jerky gives you energy fast. Plus, it comes in all kinds of flavors, from classic beef to spicy turkey, teriyaki chicken, and even plant-based options. A lot of people forget about stocking up on high-protein snacks until they're staring down an empty fridge and a long day ahead. But once you start keeping a few packs on hand, you'll see how much easier it is to stay fueled without relying on fresh food. Here's the catch. Stores are starting to see more demand for shelf-stable snacks like jerky and beef sticks, especially as more people lean into prepping on a budget. Some brands are already harder to find, and prices have started to inch up. So next time you're at the store or shopping online, don't just grab one pack. Pick up a few. You'll always find a use for them, whether it's for emergencies, late-night cravings, or just keeping your hunger at bay when life gets chaotic. Number 11, trail mix, nut packs. Trail mix and nut packs are one of the simplest, tastiest ways to keep your energy up when life gets unpredictable. They don't need refrigeration, they last for months, and they're packed with protein, healthy fats, and calories. Everything you want in a snack that actually does something for you. You can find single-serve bags or bulk packs at most grocery stores, warehouse clubs, or online for just a few bucks each. Some brands even sell them in resealable pouches, so you can snack a little now and save the rest for later. These aren't just for hiking or camping trips anymore. Whether you're stuck at home during a power outage on the go all day with no time to sit down for a meal, or just trying to hold off hunger until dinner, trail mix is a quick and easy way to stay fueled. It's got crunch, flavor, and variety, usually a mix of nuts, seeds, dried fruit, and sometimes chocolate or pretzels for that extra boost. It's like nature's version of snack armor. A lot of people overlook trail mix when they think about emergency supplies, but it's seriously underrated. It's lightweight, non-perishable, and doesn't make a mess, which makes it perfect for emergency kits, glove compartments, or stashing in your backpack. Number 10, Reusable water bottle. A good reusable water bottle and a pack of water purification tablets might not be the first things you think to grab, but they're quietly one of the smartest additions to any emergency kit. You can't survive long without water. And when the power goes out or the tap runs dry, having a way to safely drink from unknown sources could be a total lifesaver. Most reusable bottles are super cheap, especially if you go for basic BPA-free models. You can find them for under $10 at big box stores, online, or even at dollar shops in some areas. And once you have one, it lasts for years with proper care. But here's where it gets really useful. Water purification tablets are small, lightweight, and incredibly effective. A pack of 50 or more costs just a few bucks and lets you turn questionable water, like from a stream, rainwater, or even your hot water tank, into something safe to drink. You don't need to be hiking in the wild to benefit from this combo. Think about blackouts, winter storms, or local boil water advisories. Situations that happen more often than we expect. When that happens, you'll wish you had a way to keep your family hydrated without relying on bottled water alone. A lot of people forget to prep for water until it's too late. Bottled water spoils over time, takes up space, and needs replacing. But with a sturdy bottle and some tablets, you've got a compact, long-lasting solution. Number 9, cooking oil. Cooking oil might not be the first thing you think to stock up on, but it's one of those quiet essentials that fly under the radar until you need it and can't find it. You can't fry an egg, roast a chicken, or make a decent stir fry without it, and when supplies get tight, this kitchen staple becomes harder to replace than you'd think. Buying in bulk makes a big difference. A large bottle of vegetable, canola, or sunflower oil usually costs just a few dollars more than the smaller ones, but it lasts way longer and cuts down on trips to the store. Plus, most oils have a long shelf life, some up to a year or more if stored properly. Oil isn't just for cooking either. It can be used for baking, making dressings, or even emergency lighting in a pinch. Some folks even use it for skincare or cleaning tools. Talk about multi-purpose. Most people don't think twice about oil until they're halfway through dinner prep and realize the bottle's been empty for days. But once you start keeping a backup on hand, you'll see how much smoother things run in the kitchen, especially when money's tight or grocery shopping is a hassle. Number 8, basic first aid kit. A basic first aid kit is one of those things you don't think about until you really need it. And by then, it's often too late. Cuts, burns, bruises, and minor injuries happen all the time, and having the right supplies on hand can make a big difference in how quickly and safely you handle them. You don't have to go all out with a military-grade medical bag. A simple, affordable kit with bandages, antiseptic wipes, gauze, adhesive tape, pain relievers, and gloves is more than enough for most households. You can find a solid starter kit for around $10 to $20 at most drugstores or online retailers. These kits are especially useful during power outages, extreme weather events, or when you're stuck at home and can't get to a pharmacy. No need to panic over a small injury when you've got what it takes to treat it fast. Most people keep random band-aids scattered in drawers, but don't have a real plan for handling even minor emergencies. But once you start keeping a stocked first aid kit in your home or car, you'll wonder how you ever went without one. Number 7, matches or lighters. Matches and lighters might seem like everyday items you can grab anytime, but when the power goes out, your gas stove won't light, your candles stay dark, and suddenly you're fumbling around in the cold wondering why you only have one working lighter in the house. A simple box of matches or a few refillable lighters is one of the cheapest and most useful things you can keep on hand. For just a few bucks, you get fire. Something that can cook food, boil water, provide warmth, or even be used to signal for help in an emergency. Matches are best when stored in a dry, sealed container to keep them from getting damp. Stormproof or waterproof matches are even better since they strike reliably even in wet conditions. If you prefer lighters, pick up a few bike-style ones or invest in a few windproof models that can be refilled again and again. Most people don't think about fire until they need it. Ever tried lighting a camping stove or starting a fire in the rain with no reliable source? It's not fun, and in a real emergency, it could be dangerous. Here's what a lot of folks miss. Stores are seeing more demand for emergency fire starting tools than before. Some brands are selling out faster, especially during storm seasons or in areas with frequent blackouts. And while you can always borrow a flame today, that might not be an option tomorrow. Number 6, flashlight and extra batteries. When the power cuts out in the middle of the night, a flashlight isn't just handy, it's essential. No more fumbling for candles, tripping over furniture, or staring into total darkness, wondering how you're going to find anything. With a solid flashlight and a stash of batteries, you stay in control. even when everything else goes black. You don't need anything fancy to get the job done. A basic LED flashlight is bright enough for most emergencies, lasts for years, and doesn't eat through batteries like the old halogen ones used to. And speaking of batteries, always keep extras on hand. AA and AAA batteries power more than just your flashlight. They also run radios, clocks, remote controls, and even some medical devices. Most people have one flashlight somewhere in the house, usually buried under junk in a kitchen drawer, and maybe a single spare battery if they're lucky. But when the lights go off for hours or days, that's not nearly enough. Having multiple flashlights and a good stock of batteries makes life way easier when you're dealing with an outage, storm, or any unexpected situation. Here's something most overlook. Stores see a spike in flashlight and battery sales right before big weather events, and by then, shelves are often picked clean. Even worse, prices sometimes jump during high demand, so waiting until you need them is a bad idea. LED flashlights last forever on low settings, so even a few batteries can stretch far. And unlike phone flashlights, which drain your battery fast, a real flashlight lets you save your phone for actual emergencies. Number 5, MultiTool or Swiss Army knife. A MultiTool or Swiss Army knife is one of those compact little lifesavers that does way more than you'd expect. It's not just for camping or hiking. This tiny powerhouse can help with everyday fixes, emergency repairs, or even basic survival situations. And the best part, most of them fit right in your pocket. You don't have to spend a fortune to get something useful. There are tons of affordable options under $20 that come with pliers, knives, screwdrivers, bottle openers, and sometimes even tweezers or a mini saw. For less than the cost of a sandwich, you get a tool that can handle dozens of small but critical tasks. Think about how many times you've needed a screwdriver and didn't have one, or had to cut something without a proper blade. A multi-tool solves all that, whether you're fixing a loose hinge, opening packages, cutting seatbelts in an emergency, or even preparing food while camping. It's got your back. Most people underestimate how handy these tools are until they actually own one. Once you start using it regularly, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. And if you keep one in your car, backpack, or emergency kit, you're already ahead of the game. Here's what many miss. Stores are seeing more folks picking up multi-tools as part of their prepping routine. While they're still widely available now, certain popular brands sell out faster during peak seasons like hurricane or wildfire prep time. So next time you're at the store or shopping online, don't just pass by the multi-tool section. Grab one or two while they're still easy to find and priced right. You'll be surprised how often you reach for it once it's in your pocket or drawer, ready to save the day in ways you never expected. Number 4, portable camping stove. A portable camping stove might sound like something only for hikers or weekend adventurers, but it's actually one of the most useful tools you can have at home when the power goes out. No gas, no problem. No electricity, no big deal. With a small camping stove, you can still cook meals, boil water, or even heat up your space in a pinch. These little stoves are super affordable, with basic models starting at around $20. Most run on butane, propane, or isobutane canisters, which are easy to find and store. And unlike your regular kitchen stove, these don't need electricity to light or work, just a match or a lighter. You don't have to be off-grid to benefit from this. Imagine a winter storm knocking out your power for days. Your fridge stops working, your oven won't turn on, and suddenly you're stuck eating cold food or relying on takeout that may not even be available. But if you've got a camping stove tucked away, dinner is still on the table. Most people don't think about alternative cooking methods until they're stuck with nothing. But once you own one of these stoves, you'll see how much peace of mind it brings, especially during blackouts, natural disasters, or even just summer brownouts when your AC cuts out. Here's something a lot of folks miss. Stores are seeing more demand for camping gear earlier in the year than ever before. And while these stoves aren't flying off shelves yet, they're quietly becoming a staple in emergency kits and prepper supplies. Number 3, aluminum foil. Aluminum foil and Myar blankets might not look like survival essentials, but they punch way above their weight when it comes to usefulness in an emergency. Both are cheap, lightweight, and incredibly versatile, which makes them perfect for your go bag, kitchen drawer, or emergency kit. Let's start with foil. You probably already have a roll in your kitchen, but here's the thing, it's not just for covering leftovers. Foil can be used to cook food over an open flame, reflect heat to keep you warm, or even signal for help if you're stranded. It's waterproof, doesn't spoil, and takes up almost no space, making it a quiet powerhouse in any survival situation. Mylar blankets, sometimes called space blankets, are the shiny emergency blankets you see in first aid kits or disaster prep bags. They're super light, fold down to the size of a phone, and do an amazing job of trapping body heat. In cold weather, that can literally be the difference between staying safe and getting dangerously cold. Most people don't think about insulation during emergencies, but hypothermia is a real risk, even indoors, if the power goes out and it's freezing outside. That's where these two items shine. Wrap yourself in a Mylar blanket, grab a layer of foil behind it, and suddenly you've got a DIY survival setup that keeps you warm without needing fire or electricity. Number 2, campfire. Coffee bags, or instant coffee. If you're someone who can't start the day without a cup of coffee, this one's for you. Whether it's campfire-style coffee bags or good old instant coffee, these are two seriously underrated survival items that can make a huge difference, not just in your energy levels, but in your overall morale during tough times. Coffee isn't just a morning pick-me-up, it's comfort in a cup. And when life gets chaotic, whether it's a blackout, a storm, or even just a super busy week, having something familiar and energizing can help you feel more in control. The best part? These options don't need fancy machines or electricity to brew. Number 1, emergency whistle. An emergency whistle might be small, but it's one of the most powerful tools you can keep in your emergency kit. And it doesn't need batteries, fuel, or charging to work. When things go wrong and you need help fast, a simple blast on a whistle can be heard from hundreds of feet away, even in noisy or chaotic conditions. Most people don't think about how hard it is to shout for help over long distances, especially if you're injured, exhausted, or stuck somewhere hard to reach. That's where a whistle comes in. It takes almost no effort to use, lasts forever, and can signal for rescue when your voice gives out. You can find compact, ultra-lightweight whistles for just a few dollars at outdoor stores, big box retailers, or online. Some even clip onto a keychain or backpack so you always have one handy. And unlike phones or radios, there's no risk of dead batteries or lost signals just loud, clear sound whenever you need it. All right, there you have it. 17 low-cost survival items that most people are still overlooking until it's too late. Also, if you found this helpful, share it with a friend or family member who could use a heads up. Because trust me, the best time to prepare is before you need to. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay ready, and we'll see you in the next one.